Hi, this is Swara Bhaskar, Urf Anaarkali of Aarah, and you are watching me on BollywoodHungama.
We have with us a hugely talented actress, Swara Bhaskar. Her movie is coming up, Anaarkali Araki, and the promo has been sensational. Too many praise coming her way, and we hope that she gets her due, because I personally felt once I watched the promo that it's like a national award sort of level performance. So Swara Bhaskar, pleasure having you on BollywoodHungama first of all.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here.
Okay, now the moment you see this promo, the character that you're playing, it's very easy to judge that character, because it is all over the place, because the sort of dialogues that she's saying, the sort of body language that she has, at the same time she's basically hugely independent, and she believes in what she does, which makes her extremely like a heroine in its own way. It's very, the line is very thin, that
Yeah.
will you call her a vamp, will you call her like a traditional heroine? The line is extremely blurred, which makes it even more fascinating.
Definitely.
How difficult was it to choose such a character like this?
Actually, बिल्कुल भी difficult नहीं था. I think that I was and funnily this, like all my important and memorable roles, I was the last choice in this film also.
अच्छा.
मेरी सारी जो important फिल्में हैं, चाहे वो तनु एडवान हो, रांझना हो या प्रेम रतन धन पाए हो, उसमें मैं आखिरी कास्टिंग होती हूँ जब बाकी सारी हीरोइंस ने मना कर दिया उस रोल को. So this same thing happened here. अविनाश जिनका एक जर्नलिस्टिक बैकग्राउंड है, I met him at a party and I knew him पहले से थोड़ा. So he tells me this title, and at that time the title was Anaarkali Aarah वाली. एंड उन्होंने सिनॉप्सिस बताया, मुझे लगा क्या बात है यार, ये तो बहुत ही कुछ कमाल का रोल है. एंड मुझे लग रहा है कि मुझे ऑफर करेंगे, और मुझे कह रहे हैं यार मुझे वो दूसरी एक्ट्रेस को सुनानी है, आप पढ़ लोगे क्या एक बार, तो आपका आई वांट टू जस्ट एक बार चेक करता हूँ आपका ओपिनियन क्या है. थिंकिंग ये कैसा आदमी है, ये एक एक्ट्रेस को दूसरी एक्ट्रेस को पिच करने के लिए फिर प्रूफ रीड करवा रहा है. बट आई वाज सोल्ड राइट देन, बिकॉज आई थिंक जैसा कि आपने कहा कि जो कैरेक्टर जिसका सिर्फ एक ही लेयर होता है, दैट्स अ वेरी बोरिंग कैरेक्टर एक्चुअली. Wherever there's a character that has so many different layers, it's so exciting for an actor to play that character. So I thought was like, मैंने नजर लगा दी थी उसी दिन से. फिर जब वो सब नहीं हुआ वर्कआउट, और वो 1 या 1.5 साल बाद आया मेरे पास, मुझे लगा हाँ बेटा आना तो था ही आपको. मैं तो उसी दिन से sort of set थी इस रोल पे. But no, I'm very it was not difficult at all. But what was difficult was to make sure कि हम, आप जो फाइन लाइन की बात कर रहे हो, हम वो फाइन लाइन पर ही रहें, और हम टैकी sleazy उस जोन में ना चले जाएं, because we want to be original and real.
Definitely. No, it is definitely not sleazy. Some may consider, but you're all the time remaining in the character, and the context which is there, because she's playing like the entire double meaning element, and which is coming into, for which apparently you spoke to people, to girls in those several dialogues which can be cringe worthy as well. Like सबको लगता है हम गाने वाले लोग हैं तो कोई आसानी से बजा भी देगा, पर अब ऐसा नहीं होगा. Even apart from that, there's several dialogues which are like, many would say that for a woman to say it may not be all that easy for any actor.
I think that again.
Did you have apprehensions?
No, I didn't actually, because मुझे लगा कि ज़रूरी है कि हमें we should be real, and we should be original. And she is not a girl who is surviving in this world. She is for a living singing double meaning songs in front of audiences of 2,000 people. She has to attract those people to pay attention to her. Obviously she'll have a certain ada, obviously she'll have a certain body language, and it's a volatile world. When you see the film, in the first 2 minutes you'll realize how volatile that world is, and obviously to survive in that she has to be a fighter, and as an actor I have to portray that. And I think that हमारी थिएटर की बेसिक एक्सरसाइज होती है ना, सबसे पहले कि बेशर्मी सीखो, बेशर्म होना सीख लो, इनहिबिशंस अपने ड्रॉप करो. सो आई थिंक कि, एंड आई थिंक दैट एज एन एक्टर जहां पे भी आपके लाइफ में डाउट आए ना, वहां पे यू हैव टू गो बैक टू द फेथ विद व्हिच यू केम आउट ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट. So that is something that I tried to stick to in this entire film. But it was difficult. Like shooting was difficult. Also because हम जहाँ पे शूट कर रहे थे, लोकेशंस ये वो डांसेस जो हमने शूट किए, वो तो जो क्राउड आई है ना, वो अमरोहा में वो ऐसी ओरिजिनल क्राउड आई है कि शूट के दौरान हमें जो कमेंट्स आ रहे थे वो भी काफी ओरिजिनल ही थे. तो काफी सारा टाइम तो मैं उन लोगों के साथ ही भिड़ती रहती थी कि तो आई थिंक दैट अनारकली का काफी सारा भूत मेरे अंदर आ ही गया था actually में.
Definitely. Now, how to look at this entire? I'm sure that in Uttar Pradesh, especially where you guys are based in, something like this will be looked upon. The women who are doing it will be looked upon in only one particular way. There's definitely no other way around it. But we have this entire tradition. We've had it for the longest period of time, where all the Raja Maharaja and the Nawabs, and they have all these mehfils, and it's considered like Shan o Shaukat ki baat.
Yeah.
But the women who are doing it, they looked in a certain manner. So this entire disparity which is there, this entire basically जो नज़र जिसको कहते हैं देखने की, जो उसके अंदर एक बहुत ही भेदभाव है. How do you look, because considering that you have a lot of opinions about these things, how do you look at
too
this?
Too many opinions.
Yes.
I think every society has contradictions, अंतर्द्वंद जिसे कहते हैं, and our film explores that you're willing to put a girl on stage and whistle for her and clap for her and cheer for her when she's giving you a certain kind of titillation. But when that same girl gets down on the road and कोई conflict होती है, then you don't spare 1 minute to attack her.
Correct.
And to attack her for the same thing for which you were whistling for her like 5-10 minutes earlier.
Right.
So I think that's a very interesting contradiction. And again, and you know this as someone who looks at films a lot, the most interesting stories come out of contexts that have the most contradiction. या ऐसी समाज जहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा अंतर्द्वंद है. Again, coming back to layers. So I thought that it's a very interesting world to explore and a very interesting story to explore. And I think that you are absolutely right that there is a certain way in which society looks at these women, and I think that's why our film is a very brave film and a very courageous film, because we have not shied away from that. We are बाकी सारी जो बॉलीवुड की फिल्में होती हैं जो भी ऐसे इशू पे डील कर रहे हैं, वो ये बड़ा मतलब, और ये हमेशा 50s के ज़माने से, मतलब जब से फिल्में बनी है तब से हो रहा है कि हाँ वैश्या है लेकिन बहुत पवित्र है, वैश्या है लेकिन उसके कोई रिश्ते नहीं है किसी के साथ. हाँ वो कोठे में रहती है लेकिन बस बाकी सारी तवायफ है, लेकिन ये एक्चुअली प्योर है,
करती है बट लेकिन उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं है.
I mean, it's great. You can do whatever you want, but it's totally unreal. But Bollywood has always felt the pressure कि heroine को पवित्र होना चाहिए. Even in recent films that have taken up this issue, you know that constantly we are normal girls, normal. हम आपके जैसे हैं, relatable, आपके जैसे हैं. हम कह रहे हैं नहीं है normal ये लड़की.
क्या बात है?
She's not normal. है चरित्रहीन, है characterless. अब बताओ. Now let's
that
talk.
makes it interesting.
That makes, and I think that makes it a first time in Bollywood, frankly. I think. I mean, yes, Dirty Picture entered into that territory, but it was a biopic. So it is a different kind of a film. So that's one of the reasons why I think I'm quite proud to have been part of this film.
Yeah, definitely. Why should any character have like a moral graph? That पहले say for example चरित्रहीन था, उसके आप पाक साफ हो गई. That makes it extremely interesting. In fact, the entire idea about the feminism part of it these days, like a huge debate is going on.
Yeah.
Too many opinions are there, which is wonderful. I was speaking to Bhatt Saab recently and about this, a few of the issues which are going on, and he said that the fact is that many a times it is women who are scheming and plotting against women, and many men they've stood up for women and they continue to doing that in a wonderful manner. So somehow this there should be like a maybe broader spectrum as well.
Of course,
men are not all like
yeah. I mean this idea कि feminism is men versus women, ये अपने आप में गलत idea है.
बिल्कुल.
It's
in fact many of the filmmakers are men who have portrayed women beautifully. There are many of them actually. They're presented maybe in a way that no one else could have presented them. Maybe like a woman could not have presented them, women in that
Absolutely. Manner. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think मुझे तो frankly honestly I think that when you talk about women's this feminism and gender equality and gender rights, we have to understand कि it's not just about women's rights, it's about men's rights also. अगर औरतों पे एक खास किस्म का प्रेशर है, that patriarchy so called, we are using big terms, but patriarchy puts men पे भी डालता है ना, ये पूरा मर्द बनो, अरे मर्द बनो, अरे यार तू आदमी नहीं है क्या, अरे मर्द बन, ये क्या है ये? It's also like a pressure, right? Definitely. I mean, men should also be free of this pressure. Why should men have the burden of being men?
Absolutely.
And certain type of उसके अंडर जो आता है. So I completely agree with you. Yeah, at the end of the day, you want a society where like it's everyone should be happy and equal, right? Like what's the point of like अगर आपकी लड़ाई एंड में भी लड़ाई ही होगी,
right.
तो फिर पॉइंट क्या है? Like then what was your great movement about? Like
Absolutely. Just an analogy, just a bit of a digression, considering that you are having this entire JNU background and you have this entire intellectual.
Please मत बोलो, बहुत बदनाम है आजकल JNU.
I know.
मुझे और गालियाँ पड़ेंगी. मुझे.
I'm just putting things into perspective. Like you wrote that wonderful letter to Umar Khalid, like even the name right now is something that can get you into trouble. But still, that last year when you had written, so you had also mentioned, which was very pertinent, that certain things that you don't agree with that.
Of course.
This entire that when you become like ultra anything.
Yeah.
That way, and so it becomes something which becomes slightly off the curve, which is at times we see maybe in terms of feminism as well, that what I think Meera Rajput has said recently, for which she was trolled quite massively. She is Shahid's wife.
No, I know that, but I don't know what
she basically said that there is this she used the term like feminazi, which is the equivalent of male chauvinist.
Yeah.
So that we are.
So women feminist chauvinist.
So she was trolled for that and all that. So how do you look at this aspect that anything when it becomes like ultra liberals or ultra radicals, ultra right wing?
Yeah, I think that अगर आप life में
anything in
balance is
extreme slightly.
Yeah, life में balance you need. It's that वो पुराना कौन सा दोहा है, अधि की भली ना बरसना, अधि की भली ना धूप, अधि की भली ना बोलना, अधि की भली ना चुप, something like that. That anything that goes off balance is going to end not in a very good way. तो वो आप चाहे politics में बोलो या personal relationships में बोलो, life में बोलो या Twitter पे भी, मतलब there is a certain balance that is a good thing to always have. तो वही है ना कि अभी वो somebody loves you, that's great. अभी वो रोज आपके ऑफिस आ जाएगी कोई लड़की फूल लेके, you after a while be like, let me work,
Right.
I mean, how much ever you love that person back, but after a while it'll get irritating. So you want to have a balance. So that's true for everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I don't see myself as a radical person at all. I think I'm quite.
No, that letter of yours was wonderful. Like first of all, you just supported him for whatever right thing that he was doing maybe. But the fact is that the entire idea that you're having certain misconceived notions. Which is something which is maybe just taking away the good that you're doing.
Absolutely. Look, the thing is, I can disagree with you, and I can have the right to not like what you are doing and saying, but that doesn't mean I put you in jail for it.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. Like,
that is altogether different discussion altogether. आजकल तो
please, आप बिल्कुल उस तरफ मत जाओ.
पद्मावती के सेक्स जल जाते हैं उसके ऊपर तो.
No, that's so sad.
Yeah.
That is shocking. Yeah. That's really. I mean, I feel very, very bad about that.
And that's apparently some minister has said that it'll have to be approved by Karni Sena before it can release now.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I read the news somewhere. So
I'm going to catch up on the news.
Yeah. So anyway, that is.
I've not followed this at all.
Haji. So anyways, now what is very fascinating about the way you've been choosing your roles. Like you've just had like a. Neel Bhatte Sannata, which was like an outstandingly fascinating film, and where you play a mother, and now you're playing
a 15-year-old. I was not happy with just being a mother. I went for middle-aged. I went for teenager.
Yeah.
अच्छी खासी घोड़ी जैसी बेटी की माँ.
हाँ जी. And now you're playing this entirely diametrically opposite character. You played Salman Khan's sister, which comes in handy for you wherever you shoot these days. Now. How do you just obviously you don't have any plan for that because you've had certain roles in say Ranjana which have come your way, but still that not having any set image, does it make you like the entire craft more exciting, more something that you can look forward to?
Definitely. I think that you're right that there's no plan because there can't be a plan. Because I can't control what is being offered to me, but I can control what I choose. So I have, from what has been offered, I think I have been quite careful.
Right.
And chosen well. Of course, हम सबके कुछ ऐसे secrets होते हैं जो skeletons होते हैं closet में, मेरे भी है. मैं बिल्कुल नहीं बताऊंगी आपको क्या है. But they are all on the internet and on IMDb and everywhere.
Okay.
But I think on the whole.
Okay, I got it. The radio jockey.
I'm not saying anything.
You should not have done that.
I'm not saying anything.
You should not have done that.
So
I was seriously, in fact, that you should not have done that. Anyway, let's not get into that.
So I think on the whole, I'm quite proud of the work I have done, and you know, this is something that 2 days ago somebody pointed out to me.
I just never tell anyone that you should not have, because it's entirely your prerogative, but it is totally.
You're like on camera right
I'm
now.
sorry about this.
Right.
I never say that, but it was definitely. But anyway, हर कोई करता है.
So I think that within 1 year, like April 2016 was Nil Bate release, and March 2017 is Anaarkali. In 1 year, I have had these two diametrically opposite like roles. एक में माँ और maid और बहुत ही deglamorized and no, very sweet story, very real story, and very realistically done. And then there is this Anaarkali, which is this desi glamour and this slightly kitschy, you know, desi pop star kind of feel, very dramatic story, very powerful and role and all that. And in the middle, I've also had this web series, It's Not That Simple, which has been like one other only level, like one housewife contemplating about having an affair. So I feel like this year has been actually, as an actor, like I've a lot of different things have come out. So I feel very happy. Because I think that, you know, as an actor, इससे और बढ़ के क्या मांग सकते हैं आप?
बिल्कुल. In fact, we just had a guest, this guy, he had come from Germany. He has been following BollywoodHungama for the last 17 years now. Wow. And he had seen Nil Bate Sonata in Germany.
Really?
Yes. So we just told him that Swara Bhaskar is coming. So he had seen that film. Okay. So yeah, that was definitely, and you know, it is not, you are looking at it, maybe a lot of people maybe traditionally can look at it in this context that she's playing a mother to a teenage daughter.
Yeah.
But it's like a heroine actually. It is, she is a heroine, the way she fights for it.
And I think Bollywood is changing. It's a heroic
character. It is a heroic character.
And I think Bollywood is changing. And I think you know that as someone who, you know, is so much, you're watching films regularly, and I'm sure you're noticing that change. Yeah, it's like saying कि आपकी जो सारी टॉप कमर्शियल हीरोइंस हैं, अब वो ऐसी छोटी फिल्में कर रही हैं जो कंटेंट हाई हैं, women centric हैं.
And they're working as well at the box office too.
And they're working at the box office, so I'm already getting to do that. So I think that's a great, you know, I feel touchwood very lucky, and that, you know, this is how things are so far playing out.
Right, but the way we look at it, movies is something that maybe is your vocation, but you like to do other things as well. I believe you have a radio show as well, or you, I think, do something with dialects. You like to promote dialects.
No, I do. I host a show for Doordarshan, the very iconic program Rangoli, which I host. Correct. And usme we do all different kinds of topics we explore, and it's very interesting. Rangoli wanted to kind of revamp and get a younger, cooler face. Right. So they approached me, and it's very funny. I
don't watch TV at all. I had the research.
I don't watch TV either, actually.
But it's a very interesting thing. You were there at Jashin Rekhta as well this year.
Yes. Yeah. And I do other things also. You're right. I like to travel a lot. I read a little bit, and so yeah, I think that it's as an actor, आपकी जितनी experiences widespread हो, that much you will grow as an artist also, as an actor also, because what do we have to do as actors? We have to observe and we have to see other people's experiences and then make them our own, and one day an opportunity will come to play that on screen. So yeah, that's what I do. Right.
Well, Swara Bhaskar, we'd like to have a rapid fire with you. Rapid fire with Swara Bhaskar.
No uncomfortable political questions.
Political तो मैंने आपसे पूछा ही नहीं actually. Political तो मैंने आपसे पूछा ही नहीं, considering that the sort of tweets आपके रहते हैं, which is extremely praiseworthy. I must say that आज के time पे it has become so many people have become so disillusioned that it's pointless, because आप कुछ भी करते रहिए तो कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता. Nothing happens actually. There's many a time no rule of law actually. Okay, so rapid fire with Swara Bhaskar. Who according to you has the best dance moves in Bollywood, considering that you're having this entire dance persona in Anaarkali as well?
I think, can I give 3 names? Because
बिल्कुल.
Govinda sir.
हाँ जी.
Hrithik Roshan and Ranveer.
Okay, and I believe, considering that you've played this female dancer, so I think
women.
If you can,
if you can talk about women, I think who are the most amazing female dancers? I think that actually the women all dance really well. They, I like. Well, Madhuri Dixit, I mean, that's I'm not even going there, because वो obvious statement of fact है.
बिल्कुल.
उसके बारे में कुछ नहीं कह सकते. I think Aishwarya Rai is a superb dancer.
Anyone in the past?
And पीछे Vaijayanti Malabali.
Okay.
Of course.
Maybe Rekha.
Rekha ji was fantastic as well. Yes.
Because I think that आपका zone भी है ना, that
yes,
what she did on Umrao Jaan maybe, or
of course.
Muqaddar Ka Sikandar.
Definitely.
Okay, do you think Anaarkali of Aarah is your best performance till date?
Oh God. ऐसे शो ऑफ वाले क्वेश्चंस अपने बारे में थोड़ा कहना चाहिए, ये लोगों को बोलना चाहिए.
No, but still, I'm sure that you must be having some sort of.
I think my most favorite and what precious performances for me were Neel Bhatte and Anaarkali.
Neel Bhatte and Anaarkali.
Both really equal हैं दोनों.
Okay, a Bollywood actor you think is too hot to resist?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay. If given the power to star in any of the upcoming films, in which film you'd love to star in?
Well, only because there's so much controversy surrounding it, and also because, of course, I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic film, Padmavati.
Okay, you'd want.
Yeah, I want to be in the fight. Like जहाँ पे सारी जो आज इतनी सारी वो चल रही है, I want to be in that news.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. What is Swara Bhaskar's guilty pleasure? Do you have a guilty pleasure?
Oh God, food.
Food.
Food is my guilty pleasure. Maggi noodles मेरी जिंदगी से नहीं छूट रहे हैं, and carbs. I love carbs. Cheese, butter, and bread. All the things actresses should not eat. That is my.
Okay. First thing you do whenever you are low.
Maggi.
Good promotion of Maggi and noodles.
I eat something like I'm very much an emotional eater, and if I'm feeling upset or low, immediately there will be like one nice chocolate cake, dark chocolate cake will come.
Okay.
Or ice cream, or like some kind of like food.
Right.
I'm a big food like that, you know.
Okay.
Taking Sahara of food in life.
Taking Sahara of food in life. Okay. Your first celebrity crush was?
Akshay Kumar.
Akshay Kumar. That's a very interesting
Yes.
sort of.
He is the only actor जिनका poster मेरे घर में मेरे जब मैं छोटी थी when in my teens Akshay Kumar ji was the only actor whose poster I ever had.
सब कवर हो गए. शाहरुख खान, ऋतिक रोशन, अक्षय कुमार, सलमान खान तो करे.
No, but ये Akshay Kumar was my first actually crush before even Shahrukh sir. And I know कि मेरे मन में ना ये competition चलता था. बाजीगर जब आई थी, हम बाजीगर क्या है? मैं खिलाड़ी तू नाड़ी much better film. तो हमारे छोटे से बच्चों के ग्रुप में ना ये झगड़ा चलता था. बाजीगर बेटर है कि मैं खिलाड़ी तू अनाड़ी बेटर है.
That's very interesting. Apparently, you refused a film with Shah Rukh Khan.
I did.
You should be doing far more things actually.
I did not.
And this is all over internet.
I know.
Swara Bhaskar said no to Shah Rukh Khan.
Listen,
and apparently you were supposed to play his mother. How can you play his mother?
No, I will never play his. I refuse to play a blood relation to Shah Rukh Khan. मैंने सलमान खान सर की बहन कर लिया है, अभी हो गया मेरा. No blood relations for any of these big stars.
हाँ जी.
बिल्कुल नहीं. And शाहरुख खान तो is been my childhood crush. तो मैं तो बिल्कुल नहीं.
Right.
मैं कर ही नहीं पाऊंगी. हो ही नहीं पाएगा.
So what exactly is this rumor?
It was nothing. It's a rumor. It was a joke. Anand Rai, the filmmaker and producer, उनका बर्थडे था. Yes, जो मेरे बेचारे जबरदस्ती मेरे फेरी गॉड मदर बन गए हैं इंडस्ट्री में लाइफ में. उनकी बर्थडे पार्टी थी. शाहरुख सर was there, I was there, we were talking and I was telling Shahrukh sir that look, he's never going to do it on his own, so please recommend me and tell him to cast me with you. And I told him I'm not going to be your sister. मैं अभी बता रही हूँ आपको, मैं आपकी बहन या कोई भी खून का रिश्ता नहीं होगा हमारा उस फिल्म में. तो मुझे आनंद सर in a joke said that कि बेटा एक ही रोल बचा है, मम्मी का तुम करोगी क्या, मम्मी का रोल. I was like no chance. तो ये कॉन्वर्सेशन पिक हो गई और अब ये ऐसी वो बन गई है न्यूज. और मुझे जो गालियां पड़ी शाहरुख सर की जो ट्विटर पे जो आर्मी है ना, फैंस की आर्मी, वो सब मुझे गालियां. हाउ डेयर यू रिफ्यूज SRK, आई एम SRK, हाउ डेयर यू रिफ्यूज. I didn't refuse. So now, yeah, I have had to officially clarify कि भाई मैंने नहीं refuse किया है. I love Shahrukh more than you guys love him probably.
Correct.
I would never refuse it. But yeah, I'm not playing. I'm sorry. I cannot. मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगी.
Right.
Feelings ही नहीं आएंगे ऐसे.
You have a huge admirer in Sonam Kapoor. Because Sonam is someone that she's as real as it gets.
Sonam's amazing.
And she's fascinating in many ways. And she also feels that you still haven't got your due. And maybe you deserve much more than what you've got so far.
I hope so. I mean, I think that हम सबको अपने बारे में सबको यही लगता है ना कि आप तो बिल्कुल ही मतलब मीना कुमारी, अपनी शक्ल मीना कुमारी लगती है ना सबको. Everyone wants the best. But I think Sonam is a darling, and I think that Sonam has, the relationship. I keep telling her कि वो she's got this like parental thing going on. अपने बच्चे के बारे में सबको लगता है ना, हाय और मिल जाना चाहिए इसको, और हो जाना चाहिए ना, कि कितना talented बच्चा है. कितना Sonam has that kind of like thing.
No, she is amazing.
But
actually.
she's amazing, and I think I just want to say this on record that as an actress. I think Sonam is such a big person and such a generous person.
She's very generous. She is.
I don't think कि मेरे अंदर इतनी इतनी जेनरोसिटी और मैग्नानिमिटी है कि मैं किसी दूसरी एक्ट्रेस को इतना ज्यादा प्रेज करूँ. And she is like, she's mad. She has plugged my film while receiving like a style award for something. And she's like, and I've given the award to her, and she's been like, thanks. And guys, Swara's film is coming out on like 16th of April. Nilbate Sanata, please watch it. I was like, what are you doing? You're supposed to give an acceptance speech. So she's like, I think really special like that.
No, definitely. And she always does that. In one of our interviews, she said, she mentioned you before Dolly Ki Dolly.
क्या बात है.
Dolly Ki Dolly, yeah.
सोनम का पूरा करियर ग्राफ अभी इस रूम में हमने फिगर आउट कर लिया है.
Okay. Now, how do you look at your journey from here on? What all do you want to do? Because you definitely want to do much more than just being an actress. You also call yourself an activist.
ये I don't, but ये मेरे ऊपर आ गया है.
हाँ.
और जो रियल एक्टिविस्ट हैं वो मुझे गालियां देंगे, पर इसने कुछ किया तो है नहीं एक्चुअली एज सच एक्टिविज्म. ट्विटर पे चलते रहता है इसका एक्टिविज्म.
But the fact is that you have a certain following, you have a certain value attached to yourself.
Yeah,
so if you say something, so it definitely adds value to the entire thing.
I hope so. Well, अभी तो फिलहाल I hope for the next few years at least I am in Bollywood till I pay off my home loan. I think I think that Bollywood is the only place I can afford to clear all the debts and EMIs that I have accrued. But no, I'm interested to be in Bollywood for now. I think that I definitely don't feel satisfied with my work as an actor. I think I have much to learn and much more to explore. I want to, as an actor, play a man. I think कि मैंने अभी age group माँ कर लिया है और ये dancer and all this. I'm not a tomboy. Not like ये लड़की तो लड़का है.
Actual man.
But an actual male character.
That's very interesting.
Because I think कि एक true artist के लिए even gender should be no bar. Can I be a man and the audience forget for 2 hours that she's actually a girl, like in my role? So that's my one big challenge. And I've written some scripts. One script I've written and one is being written, which is right now not being written because of my promotions and so on. But I don't want to produce it, I don't want to direct it, I want to act in it, but I want to find a director and producer to attach to these projects. So I should start trying to do that soon. Right,
definitely. I think writing, you're very good friends with Himanshu, which I think he's a fabulous...
Good friends is a nice way to describe our relationship.
I'm being... Actually, nice.
You're being polite. Thank you.
Polite.
Yeah, I'm definitely not good friends with him. I will never be friends with him.
Okay.
I've told him also this. That please understand that we will never be friends.
Generally, वो जो Bollywood में जो terminology होती है कि we are just good friends. So
I'll kill him if I spot him in an interview saying that he's a good friend of mine.
अच्छा, मतलब much more than a friend, much more than a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's a fabulous writer.
Yes, he is.
And I think Anand sir and the way both of them they collaborate and the synergy that they have is like without any sort of ego. I think they have some wonderful films together. So how much this association has helped you in terms of just getting the writing part, because writing is extremely crucial. Well, if you can have good writing, I think it's half the battle won.
I think that it's always nice to be closely associated with the writer, because then conversations are amazing and there's
good friends with
good friends with the writer.
Good friends with a good writer.
With a good writer. He's a great writer. I have to say that even before Himanshu and I got together or before we became close, I was a big fan of his writing, like right from Tanu It's Manu and Ranjana. And in fact, I think I always feel I actually had a crush on his writing more than the person is also very nice. But
definitely, but you became friendly with his writing.
Yes,
more
I was very impressed with his writing.
Right.
And but my first script that I wrote, it had been finished before I knew him. And then yes, he definitely read it and gave me some like advice and all that, which I paid close attention to, and I'm trying to incorporate that. But I think that we often don't agree with, like, we're very different. Like he and I have very different, like, space and orientation. But I really love his work. But उसका एक complaint आया अभी हाल में. he's like मैं पक गया हूँ, मैं सारे टाइम जेंडर के बारे में सोचते रहता हूँ अपने सारे सीन्स में, बिकॉज मैंने उसे अपने एक दो सीन्स में बोल दिया था नहीं ये जेंडर ये इसमें कितना प्रॉब्लमैटिक है, तुम क्या कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, वुमेन्स पर्सपेक्टिव सो ही लाइक यू लाइक दिस इज हॉरिबल, ऑल आई एम थिंकिंग इन एवरी सीन नाउ इज वुमेन्स पर्सपेक्टिव, ठीक है वुमेन्स पर्सपेक्टिव ठीक है, मैं सीन के बारे में नहीं सोच रहा हूँ, तो ये थोड़े ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स भी आते हैं. But
definitely must be. Haven't you tried to just emotionally blackmail him that Ranjana आप करते हैं, तनु वेड्स मनु करते हैं, तनु वेड्स मनु रिटर्न्स करते हैं, तो बहुत अच्छे कैरेक्टर्स मेरे हैं, लेकिन ये है कि अभी मैं अनारकली कर रही हूँ, मैंने तो आप थोड़ा सा मतलब कुछ एक आप कैरेक्टर बनाइए मतलब जिसमें मतलब I should be at the center stage.
I have never told Himanshu to write a role for me, and I have never ever
in a lighter vein अगर आप
and it's like actually for me it's in a very serious way, I do not go down that path. Like I don't even like ever even in conversation hint that why don't you write a role for me, or why don't you cast me in the lead role in this project upcoming and all, because I do not want to bring that that shadow into our equation.
Friendship.
You're going to make us friends and leave us only. By the time I end, like leave
ultimately किसी भी relationship में
हमारा status change हो गया होगा.
देखिए क्या किसी भी relationship में अगर friendship रहेगी तो वो लंबा टिकती है. That's what ऐसा मुझे लगता है.
But that's true. Yeah. But no, I'm very scared about that. Like I don't want him to have the pressure of feeling कि ये actress है तो अभी मुझे इसके लिए काम ढूंढना पड़ेगा. No, that's your life, that's my life.
Which is wonderful. Like once the priorities are clear, it's wonderful. But still, many of your fans would say that maybe Swara Bhaskar should be a bit more ambitious than what she is, and we would love to see much more of her.
I'd love to see much more of myself.
Yeah, there should be much more because many times many of the actresses, they actually pitch for their roles. They actually they actually tell their directors and writers that you should do some stuff. Well, and at times it works as well, and it has worked for them as well because
मैंने कोशिश की थी सुल्तान के लिए. मैंने सुना कि सुल्तान में आदि सर was casting और उनको that they'd cast everyone and the heroine was बची हुई थी. So I messaged Adi sir and I told him, sir, I hear you're looking for a female पहलवान and I think I have just the right spirit for it, and I can hold my own against Salman sir, and I think I'll do a really good job. So he replied, hi Swara, and I was like, please don't mind, I hope you don't mind my saying this, like I'm just like, so he was very sweet. He replied like very soon and he was like, hi Swara, I don't mind at all, but no, I don't think so. So I have tried to pitch, and I have had very frank answers also. But I think that I don't feel at all ashamed about asking people for work. Like I'll message and so on. But I also don't think about it much. Like I think कि एक बार मैंने बोल दिया कि अब मैं आपको स्टॉक तो नहीं कर सकती ना बार. I don't want to be a pain in people's ass. कि ऑफिस में पहुंच गए, hello sir, वो role. But yeah, I think that what's not my control, I don't stress about it. Correct. This is my policy, and I think so far
it's working. Fantastic. Well. So it was wonderful talking to Swara Bhaskar.
Thank you. Likewise,
lovely to have you in BollywoodHungama office, and looking forward to Anaarkali Aarah and Anaarkali of Aarah.
Anaarkali of Aarah.
हाँ, actually मैं उसको हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट कर
बड़ा अच्छा इसका हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन एक्चुअली ओरिजिनली था अनारकली आरावली, एंड देन लोगों को पता ही नहीं था आरा क्या है, तो पीपल आर लाइक प्रोनाउंसिंग इट अरावली, एंड आई एम लाइक अरावली इज अ माउंटेन रेंज, सो देन दे वर लाइक, सो नोबडी वाज अंडरस्टैंडिंग, देन द प्रोड्यूसर्स वर लाइक यार अभी हम ऑलरेडी इट्स अ स्मॉल फिल्म, वी हैव लॉट्स ऑफ बैटल्स ऑन दिस फिल्म, अब ये टाइटल का हम कंफ्यूजन नहीं कर सकते, so then they renamed it Anaarkali of Aarah.
Anaarkali of Aarah. So Anaarkali of Aarah, we're looking forward to that, and we hope that the producers, they get the best release possible, because I think that's very important. Definitely. And looking forward to the movie, and we hope that people get what the promos are promising.
Yes,
and
they hopefully will.
Just lives up to that expectation.
Please watch it, guys.
Becomes a huge success, and hopefully like a national award for Swara Bhaskar if possible. All right, thank you very much, and all the best. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. That's all we have from BollywoodHungama. Keep on watching.